sideways.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
I'm doing it.
That's exciting. Hang on a sec.
Do we need people to see our messy garage?
Yes, that's part of the lure. Because we have just had a flood. So the weight, you see the weight on the box anywhere?
No. Oh, over on the side, 75 pounds?
75 pounds. So most of the staples were already ripped off. Is it 75 pounds? Where do you see that? There's 45 between 70. Yeah, 34 kilo.
Yeah, underneath it says 75 pounds.
Yeah. There's small cushioning. Another one that's hooked on. That will take off. I just got home from work, but I had to do this before I changed. Because, well, nothing's as important as this. And it's all cooked together. This is probably the charger. Come grab. Owner's manual. And bottle cage, hex wrench, tube or pedals, and charger.
Here's Jeannie, she's helping us.
And this is, I think, is one of the first things I wanted to do before I set it up is actually get the battery charging. So I'm gonna try to lift this out.
The bike was really too heavy for me to lift, so I
She wants me to.
stopped the video and had my wife hold the box while I lifted the bike out. And I actually had to turn the box on its side almost and then slide it out. And then we returned to the assembly.
So there are like a ton of zip ties and padding. Seems to be really well padded. I saw another where a guy had the rear rack looked like it had been bent, but this looks perfect. I don't see any issues with it at all. Front tire definitely has direction. We'll set that down. And I just used it, pushed the kickstand down and it held it right up. Let me get rid of all this garbage. you guys probably know this, but you can break these off pretty easily by just grabbing the head of the zip tie and twisting it. Then it doesn't work. That looks really nice. Kind of what I wanted to get to is the battery, to see if I can get it charging while I did the rest of the build. But I know the battery needs the key. I wonder if the key's in here. No joy on a key. Here's the seat post. Maybe, where would they hide the key? There's the seat post and the Suntour NCX spring-loaded seat post. This looks to be the front splash guard. No key attached. Maybe the key's in the headset? Or in the...
Handlebars?
Yeah, in the handlebars, or up here. Ah, right there. The keys are attached to that. So try to cut that and not any of the wires up there. I don't know how hard it is to take off the there it goes. Pretty easy for the first time you ever did it. So here's the charging port right here, if you can see that. It just looks like a little, that's the charging port. So I am going to take this in the house. This is the 48 volt 19.2 amp hour battery. Feels like it's about 10 pounds. I'm sure it's less. Anyhow, I'm going to go charge it real quick. So this is the, first of all, I have to say we had a flood downstairs and had our entire basement put in our garage, so everything's a bit of a mess right now. Anyhow, this is the 3 amp battery. It looks like that door right there, it's pretty flimsy. I could see that falling off really easily. And then when you plug it in, there is a little thing that goes red. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It definitely has a cooling vent inside, or a fan inside that's going. And what time is it?
6:15.
6:15. So we'll see how long it takes to go green from the factory anyway.
It took about 3 hours for the battery to completely charge so that the
hot.
charging light turned green.
So hot. Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, it is July the 27th, 2020. And it's about 100 degrees in our garage right now, so it's quite warm. I'm just gonna turn the lights on too.
It took about 10 minutes to get all of the styrofoam removed off of the bike that was held on by zip ties. I just wanted to be really careful to not cut any of the linkage or any of the electrical cables while trying to get off the zip ties.
Do you think I should read the instructions before?
I would. I think that would be smart. Whenever I neglect to read the instructions, I always do something wrong.
But you're not a man, so.
No.
So there's a lot of wiring where you're popping those off, so you do need to be pretty careful right here. That looks like the speed sensor right there. And then I haven't quite seen where the torque sensor is yet. Almost there. I'm moving from a 20-year-old mountain bike, an old Trek, to this, so I'm pretty excited. I drove the high bike and the Trek mountain bike, the Rail 7, kind of trying to decide if I'd like those or not. The biggest thing I didn't like about them is the speed went out at 20 miles an hour, and I kind of wanted something that I could go faster on.